Bloody Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans. And today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Make the Exorcist Fall in Love chapter 107. But before I get into this recap and live reaction, we are at war with YouTube's algorithm, and it is slowly but surely killing my channel. And in order to defeat this algorithmic beast, we need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, and we ain't sponsored by Shueisha, and we ain't sponsored by Manga Plus. So considering how much we promote Manga Plus on this channel, it's kind of surprising, right? But if you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, my adorable little puppet kitty who's somewhere around here, hopefully being good kitties, and this operation, well, again, literally alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one. Feel free to hit up our Cash App, PayPal, and Ko-fi. Links are in the description box below, as well as the link to our Patreon where we are doing our anime live reaction content, because unlike YouTube, where we constantly have to worry about getting a copyright strike for showing anything on the screen, well, Patreon, we don't have to worry about that, so we can have our full setup of the anime and manga side by side and have the audio to boot, which is not only great for busting a botched localization or two, but it's great for when we cover anime original content like, say, Digimon Beat Break. And the more views and subscribers we get on Patreon, the more anime we'll cover. And hell, if you're a $10 Patreon member, you get to choose the series we cover as well. And there is a stacked winter anime season in full swing, in which we are covering Tune Into the Midnight Heart today. We are also covering Vigilante, Boku no Hero Academia Legals, Soso no Frieren, Jujutsu Kaisen, Dead Account, Hell's Paradise Jigakuraku, let's see, Medalist Season 2. What's the other one? Oh, and Madoseihei No Slave Season 2. And there's even more on the way. So please check out our Patreon. The link is in the description box below. So, well, last chapter we found out what happened to Dante. And, well, turns out Satan's possessing him. So let's get into this chapter. See what's in store for us today. The wrath shakes the earth. Right now your master is possessed by Satan. Yep. Master, he's the only power that Baba Yaga hasn't gotten her hands on is Satan's. That's why I said Dante would be that hag's weakness. Josh, Master, hey, sorry, but we don't have time to mope. I'm so glad Master is alive. I mean, that's, I guess, the bright side of this situation, huh? Then let's continue. We're starting to see the full picture. So Baba Yaga hasn't fully revived after all. The ritual is still incomplete, and she hasn't absorbed Satan's fragment. She must still be barely holding it together. And on top of that, Satan is possessing Master and hasn't directly contributed to Baba Yaga's resurrection. Right, if if Satan were actually cooperating, he would have given Lisa the fragment ages ago. Yeah, you could still call him Lord Satan if you want. Well, the reason Baba Yaga is keeping Master by her side is because she wants Satan's power that resides in him, which means saving Master will block that witch's massacre. Ooh. If we can exorcise Satan right away, that's ideal, but even just securing Master could give us leverage in the negotiations. But there's also the other thing, too, is, who's going to replace Satan? Well, obviously, you have Lucifer that's going to, have to rule over hell, yeah. Well, he should be ruling over hell anyway. But, like, I'm still thinking that Josh, or hell, maybe even Dante, for that matter, could take Satan's place. It's a possibility. Right. But please be careful, Josh. Lord Lucifer might be the strongest demon lord, but Lord Satan is without a doubt the worst demon lord. Dude, I love the yin-yang motif here. I'm sure he's got a number of plans in place. Duh! Well, I know I'm not one to talk, but does talking about Satan still make you feel guilty? Well, yeah, of course. Don't worry. When I exorcise Satan, I'll thank him for introducing me to my cute girlfriend. Aw, that makes me happy, but are you trying a little too hard to sound cool? Don't make fun of me. Master always said stuff like that. Sorry. Aw, thanks, Josh. Here we go. 6 days after Baba Yaga's speech, I heard the Pope's been calling out to the hut every day. So the peace talks are finally happening? Yeah. The Pope has gathered representatives from major nations to negotiate with Baba Yaga. Well, hard to believe he pulled that off in just 6 days. We must have made some pretty reckless deals behind the scenes. Well, every country probably wants to spin the situation in to their advantage. Still rotten as they are, they're the ones facing a monster for their country. Well, do you really think so, Murray? They probably do feel the danger. Well, otherwise they wouldn't be gathering like this, but I think deep down they're all still underestimating her. I agree with that. And the reason why they're underestimating her is, one, because these motherfuckers are sexist as hell. Let's be goddamn real. You gotta think about the countries that they're coming from, okay? One of them being Russia, okay? The other thing is I think they're still in disbelief about the situation as well. Yeah, so that too. Charlotte, there's some movement. The Russian forces near the negotiation site are pulling back. I see. It looks like we were right. The Pope wouldn't want troops surrounding the negotiation site. Either way, modern weapons aren't much use against a witch. No shit. What the VIPs really need to watch out for is snipers or assassins, but there won't be an assassination today. What makes you so sure? Because today, Marco and the others are there. Ooh, that's true. Let's go too. We need to get closer to the hut. Okay, here we go. Moscow. Are we gonna see Putin? Oh, this is gonna be interesting. The Kremlin. What's the situation? Is that witch actually coming? They're probably still preparing. Are we seriously negotiating with the terrorist? That's rich coming from the Kremlin! Considering he's a fucking terrorist! But this time, Your Holiness, yes, she's here. Here we go. Ooh, this art is pretty. Thank you for coming. I'm with the Russian Federation. Miss Bobby, oh! I represent the... that's not Trump! I represent the United States. We'd like to discuss that hut. If you consider talks with our nation... Ooh. She's going straight to the Pope. I am Baba Yaga, the withered wintered spirit, the Witch of Wrath. I'm Johannes, it says the XX, so it's probably the 20th. The See of Peter, keeper of the keys of heaven. Oh, here we go. The dignitaries stand frozen as negotiations quietly begin. And 107 is titled Seated. I love that she just like straight up ignored the politicians because she's like, dude, I ain't dealing with you fucks. Nah, I'm here dealing with the Pope. Because I'm not trusting any of you patriarchal motherfuckers. I'm here to deal with the the head of Christianity. That's what I'm here to deal with. That's what she said anyway. She said that the priests were the problem in her speech. But dude, that's ironic. Like, I think it was... Hold on. Let me make sure I was right. Because if it is the U.S. that said the negotiation with the terrorists and shit. Like, yeah, that was the Russian Federation. That was Russia that was saying that. Okay. Yeah, I was right about that. But yeah. Like, dude, that ain't Trump that was there. Nah. I'm kind of surprised that wasn't Trump that was there. That would have been funny if Trump was there. But dude, Russia, like, that is so rich that you are saying that you're not going to negotiate with the terrorists. When you're negotiating, like, you are the goddamn terrorist. So fucking ironic as hell. This will be very interesting to see how this negotiation goes. I don't know if it's going to go very well, though. That's a great question. Will it go very well? Then there's the whole thing with Satan. I like what they said, that Lucifer is the most powerful, but Satan is the worst. Satan is the most cunning. Because remember what Satan did. Satan was the one who tricked Lucifer and the angels to betray God and fall. But it will be interesting to see what happens. I got this feeling that we might have something similar God, this really does feel like something similar to The Fallen, in a way, by Thomas D. Nagowski. Because we had something similar, I think I mentioned it too in my previous video, that that Satan didn't possess Lucifer's body, and Lucifer was locked away and all that shit. And then when Satan was driven out of Lucifer's body, I'm trying to remember if he was straight up exorcised or if he was just locked away or sealed away. I think he was exorcised, like straight up. But then I know Lucifer became like, ruled over hell and shit like that. But I have this feeling that, because here's the thing, is that Satan has a fragment, right? He does. And I feel, that's why I'm like thinking that, I think Dante, because someone's got to replace Satan, I think it's going to be Dante. In order for Dante, I think it's one of those things where in order for Dante to survive, he's going to need, in order for him to remain alive, he's going to need that fragment. And he's going to rule Satan's domain with Verge. I think that's going to be the case. And because the other option for this, the only other option I could see would be Josh taking over. But Josh doesn't want to be a demon lord. He doesn't. But I just don't see it being like any other way. I think that's the only possibility I could see this going down is I'm very curious what you guys think. Do you guys think that the only thing keeping Dante alive is Satan's fragment? It could be the possibility. There might be another possibility where it's not. But I just think that once Satan is gone, someone has to replace him because of the fragment. And I think Dante's going to take over for it. And Dante and Verge are going to live together down in hell. That's the only thing that I can think of. Because remember, and he's going to take on, like, Satan's powers and shit like that. The only other thing I could think of is Josh doing it. And, because Josh is technically, like, Lucifer's counterpart, but, like, at the same time, I'm just, like, thinking about what Josh said, which is, like, he doesn't want that. He doesn't. And I also think about, like, both Dante and Josh's roles, what we've seen, because they do have this commonality where they kind of, they both can bring, like, the humans, the demons, and the witches together. I think Josh can do it a little bit better. Maybe Josh can do it a little bit better than Dante can. But I honestly think that's what I think. I think Dante's going to be the one. I think Satan's going to be exorcised from Dante, and Dante is going to take over the role of Satan, and him and Verge are going to live together in hell. That's what I feel like is going to happen. That to me makes the most sense. And it's going to also be because Satan's fragment is the only thing keeping him alive. I think that's the other part. That could be the other part of it as well. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more Make the Exorcist Fall in Love content. A few ways you could do that: donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, Coffee, purchase something off our Amazon wishlist, all that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network, that's in the description box below as well. Until next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.